Hi everyone. Today, let's learn about absolute value. So, absolute value is when is symbolized as a line, some number, and another line. So, what does this mean? Let's check out in the number line. So, the absolute value of 2 is how many spaces from 0 the number is. So, 1 space, 2 spaces. So, the absolute value of 2 is equal to 2. How about the absolute value of -2? Let's see. 1, 2. The absolute value of -2 is also 2. So anything inside these absolute value bars is going to be a positive number. So what if there are absolute values with numbers such as, and there's an operation inside? Well, absolute value bars are very similar to parentheses, and as you guys know, PEMDAS, parentheses come first. So we have to do the stuff inside the bars, which is 5 minus 3, which would be equal to the absolute value of 2, which would be equal to 2. Yes, you're correct. Now, what if there is something like negative 16? You may have gotten, oh, right, negative cancel out. No, that's not how you do it. You have to first do everything inside the absolute value bar. I know it may be tempting to cancel out the negatives, but believe me, that's not how you do it. So the absolute value of -16 is 16, so negative. Now we take out the absolute value bars, and what do we get? -16. That's the correct answer. What if there's a multiplication symbol? What would this equal to? First, you always do everything inside the absolute value bars. So 4, and there's times -2, and negative times positive equals to a negative. That's correct. -8. But if it were something like -4 times 3, this would be first we do everything inside the absolute value bars. So that would be 12 negative. Now we take out the absolute value bars and we get -12. So these are very similar, as you can see, and they both lead up to the same answer. So this question can also be written as oops. So this is actually equal to this. Let's see if that really is true. So 2 times 4 equals 8. There's a negative sign. Let's add it. And then take out the absolute value bars. 8. Boom, you get -8. We got the same answer here. So you can, if this way is easier for you, you can always change this into this. But if this is easier, then you can change this into that. Very simple. Let's try this one and change it into that type. -4 and 3 is inside the absolute value bars. So -4 times 3. What's a negative times positive? Yeah, it's a negative. 12. What did we get here? The same answer. So you can always transform these into a different equation if it's easier for you. So now, since you guys have understood the concept of absolute value, let me give you a small test. So, Jacob owes his friend Bob $125. Write that in absolute value form. Time's up. If you need more time, you can just pause the video. So, Jacob owes his friend Bob $125 and owes is equal to a negative number. You guys should know that if you watched my last video. And that negative 125 would be the amount. And I asked to put in absolute value. So then we would just add the bars. And what would this equal to? Remember, everything inside the absolute value bars, negative or positive, is always going to be a positive number. It's 125. So the correct answer would have been $125. Let's try another question. A submarine is 20 feet below sea level. How much is that in absolute value? Time's up. So, is below sea level means it's a negative number. Negative number. So, now let's see how it is. So, it is 20 feet below sea level. In absolute value bars, let's add them, which then would be equal to 20 feet. Let's try one more question. Me and my friends are hiking up a mountain. We are 40 feet above sea level. How much is that in absolute value form? Time's up. So, me and my friends are above sea level. And this is a positive number. So, when we're above sea level, we are 20 feet above sea level. Still a positive number. We don't need to write the plus sign, but if you wish, you could. And this is the absolute value bars. Anything inside it will be a positive number. And let's say now it is 20. So we were 20 feet. I hope you understood these concepts, and thank you for watching. Please subscribe, comment, and like.